up, guys? DragBoss Tim Halstead. Hey, I wanted to let you know why this car might be what you could call fast. At least it is to me and some of the people that see it run. For what it is, being a street car that weighs 3135, running 920s. So I kind of wanted to show you how quick and easy it got there. Here's the secret right here. The Ford Motorsport A3 head, the first aluminum Ford Motorsport head. That's the intake port right there. And you can see the work that's been done to them. Darin Morgan did these back in I think it was 2019. He ended up porting it right into where the pushrod pinch is and put a sleeve in to try to limit that. He also put the epoxy here on the sides to get that airflow towards the center of that valve. And you can see it through all of them. This is the original Motorsport, Jack Roush engineering. Now you can see here, I've mentioned this in the past, that Darin straightened all these runners out, re-welded them and had to epoxy them, so they're nothing like the factory. Well, here's one right here. So look at that. You see how those are? And then you see how these are. And there's a look in the plenum. Let's take a peek in there. It's Darin's work. It also has this custom spacer. It actually goes like this. That Darin ported. And then it has this 70-degree AR plate, anti-reversion plate, that mounts on here. So I think that's a big factor on my car's low-end performance. There it is, rear Morrison. All right, guys, you saw the video where I measured the main bearings, and I came up with 2.5 to 2.8, which is what I measured before. Now, I didn't torque the caps, and that's going to make a difference, and I'm interested to find out what it makes, how much of a difference it does. But if you remember the video, the main caps were hitting this girdle right here. You can see the witness marks here, here, and a little back here. So when I put this together before, I didn't mess around with checking all that stuff. It ran great before, and I just put it back together, and I didn't even check that. So now that I'm doing it, and I got the time, I'm going to make sure it's the best I can make it. So what I did is I took each cap, and I went ahead and I did a little grinding on it. Most of it was with a hand file with a straight edge, checking the clearance and making sure that it's straight across here. And I'll bring it down and show you. And that's what I want, the clearance between the girdle and the cap. I want at least 20 thousandths when it's torqued down. To me, you want it working on the studs, okay? You don't want it pushing and distorting that cap. And I think that's what I was doing, although the only main bearing that had any kind of abnormality was the top of the thrust bearing, which had the worst amount of appearance of a fret mark, so to speak. So here's what it looks like. Take a good look at it. Now these washers go underneath the girdle, and they're conical. You can see that it only goes, that's the flat side down. So you got to make sure they're all the same way. And to tell you the truth, I don't remember how I did it when I was at Bob's. We were in a kind of a hurry, and that's what I did. But all the caps, I machined them down nice. And I want to do all this work before I do a final wash on this block, because I'm going to wash it down with either the hose or a power washer or something to start with the cleanest block I can. So it's pretty much a fresh rebuild, but that's what I did. I got these new feeler gauges, so when I do the rings, they're called Spurtar. They're pretty good on Amazon. I'll put a link on it. If you're interested in getting a set, grab them. They're fairly cheap, 14 bucks. And I like the fact that they're narrow at the front. It makes it a little easier when you're measuring the ring end gap. So let's see. Look at that. That's good. Yeah. Oh, that one's a little tight. So they're all perfect except for this guy. And when I feel this one catching at 20 just a little bit, it needs another few swipes with a file, I might as well do it now and take care of it so I don't have to think about it. So let's see what it looks like. So that's 20 thousandths. Nice. Perfect. I fit through that before. It's these guys here. Nice. That makes me smile. All right, we're good. Nice. So there it is. So that's fit perfect with these. I'm going to make sure all the washers and everything stays the same. Same with the studs. And now what I'm going to do is go ahead and wash this block up. Good soap and water and start over. Think about the oil going through this cleave-on. Nothing but a system of leaks.